Hello everyone, my name is Deika Torres and today I'll be presenting on dyscalculia. Let's begin. So what is dyscalculia? Dyscalculia, which literally means difficulty counting or calculating, is the most widely used term for disabilities in arithmetic and mathematics. Sometimes the term acalculia is used to refer to the complete inability to use mathematical symbols, and the term dyscalculia is reserved for less severe problems in these areas. Dyscalculia is defined as a lifelong condition that affects the ability to acquire basic arithmetical skills that is not explained by low intelligence or inadequate schooling. There is no single form of dyscalculia, meaning difficulties can vary from person to person and can change throughout a lifetime. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, published by the American Psychiatric Association, defines dyscalculia as a specific learning disorder with impairments in mathematics, which include difficulties with number sense, memorization of arithmetic facts, accurate or fluent calculation, and accurate math reasoning. Researchers don't know exactly what causes dyscalculia, but they've identified certain factors that indicate it's related to how the brain is structured and functions. According to studies, dyscalculia has a strong genetic link and can be passed on from generation to generation. Brain imaging studies have also shown some differences in brain function and structure in people with dyscalculia. The differences are in the surface area, thickness, and volume of certain parts of the brain. There are also differences in the activation of areas of the brain associated with numerical and mathematical processing. These areas are linked to key learning skills such as memory and planning. Dyscalculia has been linked to fetal alcohol syndrome. Babies that are born prematurely or have low birth weight are also more likely to have dyscalculia. Additionally, studies show that dyscalculia can be induced by injury to certain parts of the brain. This type of dyscalculia is known as acquired dyscalculia. Dyscalculia is hereditary and is as equally likely to occur in boys as it does in girls. The disorder is prevalent in about 6% of the population, and of those diagnosed with dyscalculia, between 20 and 60% have a comorbid disorder such as dyslexia or ADHD. Dyscalculic learners may have difficulty understanding simple number concepts. They lack an intuitive grasp of numbers and have problems learning number facts and procedures. Click on the video to watch an example. When finished, click play to continue with the presentation.
Okay, here's your homework. First let me tell you the directions. What form take away 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take away. What's 6 take away 1? 1. No, you take away. So you take away 1 out of 6. How much does it equal? What's 10 minus 1? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. Take away 1. Which is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1 more. And add 1 more. How many does it equal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. It makes 9. See how you take away? You take away 1 and it equals 1. Do you get it now? Yes. Try again. 1, 3. Yes. Good job.
The symptoms and warning signs of dyscalculia vary by age. In preschool and kindergarten, dyscalculic children have trouble learning to count. They may memorize a small sequence of numbers but have no concept of the number line and the ordinality of numbers. They may also experience difficulty recognizing printed numbers and may have a hard time tying together the idea of a number and how it exists in the real world. For example, they may not understand that the number 5 can be used to describe a quantity of objects, such as 5 books or 5 cars. Children with dyscalculia also have a poor memory for numbers. Memorizing their birth date or phone number can be nearly impossible. They have trouble organizing things in a logical way, such as by color, shape, size, or pattern. And lastly, they have an impaired sense of number size. In other words, a $1 bill and a $100 bill are the same for a dyscalculic child, since they don't understand the magnitude of the numbers. In elementary and middle school, children with dyscalculia have trouble learning math facts and operations. They often confuse the symbols for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and don't recognize the relationships that exist between the operators. For instance, they may know that 3 plus 2 equals 5, but don't realize that 2 plus 3 is also 5, or that 5 minus 2 is an inverse relation. Dyscalculics have difficulty developing problem-solving skills and are not familiar with math vocabulary. They may not realize that the words sum, altogether, in all, or total all refer to the operation of addition. They have poor long-term memory for math functions and have great difficulty measuring things. They also avoid games that require strategy, such as Monopoly, chess, or card games. Teens and adults with dyscalculia have a hard time estimating things such as grocery bills or distances. They have difficulty learning math concepts beyond the basic facts and have great trouble using mental math. Their poor math skills make it impossible to balance a checkbook or keep a budget. They also have trouble with the concept of time, making it hard for them to maintain a schedule. Lastly, dyscalculics struggle with finding different approaches to problems. They are weary of different methods, even if it leads them to the answer more efficiently. What accommodations can help students with dyscalculia? The following are some suggestions teachers and parents can use to make learning easier for kids with dyscalculia. In class, teachers can help dyscalculic learners by reviewing prerequisite skills before teaching new ones, providing graph paper to help line up numbers and problems, using manipulatives such as coins, blocks, and puzzles, using different approaches to teaching math facts, formulas, and rules, providing a distraction-free place to work, and encouraging repeated reinforcement and specific practice. Teachers can also help their students by practicing estimating as a first step to solving a problem. They can encourage students to visualize math problems by drawing pictures and looking at diagrams. They can also encourage verbalizing while problem solving. They can try to relate problems to real-life experiences. Lastly, teachers should break down worksheets into sections to make the work seem less overwhelming. On test, students should be allowed extra time. If not being tested on computation, they should also be allowed the use of a calculator. If possible, teachers should let students take tests one-on-one to help manage testing anxiety. They should also provide reassurance if the student becomes panicky or anxious. At home, parents can help out by pointing out math in everyday ways. For example, while grocery shopping, parents can talk about how much change to expect back at checkout or how many apples they'll need for next week's lunches. Parents should also play math games with their children. Lots of common board games like Monopoly or the Game of Life involve counting, simple arithmetic, and fine motor skills. Parents should play these games and others with their children as often as possible so they can learn to use numbers in fun and relaxing ways. Working with their child on managing time is also important. A lot of children with dyscalculia struggle to recognize how much time has passed or when they should move on to the next activity. Common strategies to help improve their sense of time include the use of cell phone reminders and visual timers. Parents should also help their students with homework. Multi-part math problems can seem daunting for children with dyscalculia, and without help, they may be unsure of where to start or what steps to follow. Colleges and employers are obligated to provide accommodations for learning disabilities because of 3 federal laws: the 1973 Rehabilitation Act, the 1975 Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and the 1997 Americans with Disabilities Act. Some accommodations in college include exam assistants to help fill out answer sheets during an exam, paid tutors and note takers, extra time to complete assignments and tests, and waivers for course requirements that are unreasonable due to the documented disability. Apart from failing math grades, kids with dyscalculia can have poor social skills. Their inability to do well in math can lead to anxiety and take a toll on their self-esteem. It may be difficult for them to make friends or even get involved in sports. Children with dyscalculia also have a skewed sense of direction. This makes it difficult for them to read maps, learn to drive, or simply reach an address easily. They can also have poor physical coordination. Dyscalculia makes the connection between the eye and the brain a little weak, and this makes things like judging distance a huge task, which may make a child appear clumsy. Lastly, dyscalculics often have difficulty managing their finances. Their understanding of money is poor, making it difficult to plan shopping or even a budget. I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation. For further information on dyscalculia, please see the references I've listed on this slide. Thank you for your time and attention today.